As we've worked with plenty of enterprise customers over the years, we've observed every organisation, ourselves included, of course, go through this strategy lifecycle. And leaders also struggle to answer the burning questions to move confidently through this cycle. When it feels like there's more questions than answers, it's really easy to feel adrift, and without the clarity and insight to quickly make the right decisions on what to focus on. This is why we've announced Atlassian Focus. Atlassian Focus is our biggest investment in enterprise strategy and planning since AgileCraft became Jira Align. Focus is your central hub as a leader to define, manage, and visualize your strategic priorities, to map the goals, the work, the teams, and funds to these priorities, and of course, to track progress of all of these priorities in the one place. We've learned about approaches to strategy and planning through our top partners and all of you, our enterprise customers, across different regions, across different industries, and of course, different levels of maturity. And we've observed there are 3 key themes that have emerged to win in enterprise strategy and planning. First, of course, as we've said, we need to be able to connect goals to these priorities. Leaders need to be able to see what's going on across the business in the context of what needs to be measured and what you care most about. Second, of course, is the work. This needs to be connected to our strategic priorities. When work is connected to priorities, with this context, the teams they're more empowered to deliver more autonomously, more confidently, and with less risk. And third, bringing this all together to connect goals, work, as well as teams and funds to priorities. Using holistic and shared context to ultimately make better decisions, like what needs to be measured, funded, or what should we prioritize next. All with contextually relevant data and insights to drive that decision making. You need tools that flex to enable you to track what's most important at each level of your strategy, between goals, work, teams, and funds. And Atlassian Focus gives you that foundational flexibility with what we call focus areas. Put simply, your focus areas represent your high-level strategic groupings of work, goals, teams, and funds. At the highest level, this is your company's longer-term 3 to 5 year plan. The bets that you're making for your business that guide the outcomes and goals that you need to achieve. The enterprise-wide teams and funding that you need to achieve those outcomes. These bets need to be broken down into smaller, more specific priorities, which contribute to that long-term strategy, with the different goals, teams, funds that you want to allocate and track at each level and often over different time horizons. And how different organisations want to organise themselves to achieve these strategies is of course totally up to them. But the focus on what matters, how it will be measured, and the progress that teams are making is always visible no matter what. And with as many levels of focus area hierarchy as you need, you can reflect the true nature of your enterprise from top to bottom. With the power of system of work and Atlassian goals, everyone can see the relationship between their objectives and the company priorities within the goal directory and see the goals they own or care about that support those strategic priorities, all as they go about their day-to-day work in their team tools. Now that everyone is on exactly the same page with their strategy and goals, and leaders have one place to track, while teams can also see why their work matters in their tools, what about the work that drives those goals forward or possibly could hold those goals back.
Today I'm going to talk a little bit about connecting work to priorities. Leaders get an overview of the progress of work aligned to this focus area or strategic priority, and they know exactly where to step in. So they can quickly identify what work is remaining, what's overdue, what might be due soon, and even dig into those specific trends or work items where they might need to step in. But what about all the work and effort that goes into actually operationalizing the work aligned to strategy before and as your teams start planning and tracking work? Jira Align is best for helping enterprise leaders understand what work teams need to do, what work they can do, what are they actually doing to deliver on those priorities. This is the only solution to do this across your organization. Thousands of people, many portfolios, multiple Jira deployments, both DC and cloud, and even Azure DevOps. We do this best with capabilities for prioritizing those huge backlogs you might have, for managing capacity, building roadmaps, mitigating risks and dependencies, and so much more. We are thrilled to share that we are integrating Jira Align with Atlassian Guard for unified authentication between Jira Align, Jira, and other Atlassian cloud products. So that means no more double logging in. You can now have access multiple products with the same set of credentials. Together, Focus and Jira Align help you translate strategy, goals, plans, actions into better outcomes across your enterprise.
And the best part, Focus is included at no cost for all of our existing Jira Align customers. And it will be available to purchase along with Jira Align for new customers. So with our investments in Jira Align, we continue to work hard to help enterprise leaders unleash the potential across their entire organization.